Our next guest is a Rajya Sabha MP, leader of Shiv Sena. Priyanka Chaturvedi joins us. Hello and welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Priyanka, it's lovely. You are the first politician that we've had on the show, by the way. And a little birdie somewhere tells me it's your birthday. What a way to be celebrating birthday talking about crypto.
So thank you so much, Sonal, for this. And I think, yeah, birthday and the farmer protests ending and farmer bills being repealed, we talking about crypto, we talking about regulatory framework, they just fit into what I stand for and what I've been speaking for. So that is why I think it is important that we discuss issues which matter to the people of this country and which impact the people of this country, whether it is our farmers, whether it is our investors, and having a regulatory framework which creates an environment that builds a safety net for our investors is extremely important, considering most of the young in the country are talking interest in crypto, talking about crypto, understand crypto better, understand how technology works. So we need to do this for them and try and create an economy or try and understand technology to be able to better handle this entire,
so this
crypto.
Is pretty much in line with what the community has been saying, Priyanka, what the Prime Minister is also adding to it now. But when you say regulation, what kind of regulation? There seems to be ambiguity over that. Give us your thoughts on how you see this progressing.
What I would want to see is, so you have a stock market is overlooked by a SEBI, which also ensures that it mediates as and when there is a problem that arises in terms of investors, in terms of volatility, in terms of credibility of investments. Of course, the similar won't apply to crypto because it's a largely unregulated market, but also understanding whether it will work as cryptos will work as assets or will they obviously they cannot be legal tender. So we need to create a fluid framework, framework which also as we go along and understand what this technology brings to us. So 10 years ago we were talking about blockchain, now we're talking about crypto, and 5 years hence we might be talking about something else. But considering India is a country which has a large amount of young population, large amount of population which has knowledge of technology, which can work around technology, we may perhaps create an ecosystem which does not thwart our tech. And at the same time does not create a spot where investors are left in the lurch without anything to fall back on, a safety net to fall back on. There's a huge volatility, and I was listening to your price issues here where there's a sudden drop in market. So today an Elon Musk can tweet about Bitcoin and he can bring down the entire, the price of Bitcoin. So those are things where we would need to safeguard and create a knowledge for investors also, because you have lots of ads happening, but you don't know how it works.
Right, but Priyanka, let me ask you this. This is your personal opinion. This is where the party stands on the issue of cryptocurrency as well. What exactly is the view over there? And also, moving forward, everybody, the stakeholders here at least, the community has been urging for a regulation to come in ASAP. How close, can you give us an insight, are we to a bill which could be put forward in the upcoming session?
So two things. As far as Maharashtra is concerned, and I speak from the state, I come from the state of Maharashtra, which has been a fintech hub, which is creating ecosystems which are looking at next generation of economy, where youngsters are interested in economy, which may not lead to, big time manufacturing, etc. They're looking at technology to innovate, to be able to create jobs, to create businesses. So as a state government which is forward thinking and forward looking, we would need to understand what the young are talking about and what the young are invested in. So it would only do us well if we talk about the next gen lingo. At the same time, we need to create that framework that I've been speaking about. But in my framework, I would say that the exchanges can be registered. There are lots of exchanges which are cropping up, crypto exchanges which are cropping up, which are fly-by-night in nature, which could lead to problems for our investors in the future. We need to educate our people about the volatility, about the unregulated space abroad. Maybe we need to look at foreign countries which are having a more fluid policy. For example, US, Singapore, they have a more fluid policy. And we need to also ensure that we have these exchanges, have customer database who is investing in the crypto, where is the money coming from. So at least we have some understanding of how the system works. So once we have a little transparency in the framework, we also understand, for example, what happened in Karnataka, the Bitcoin scam as it is called. We don't know whether we look at it from a cybercrime angle, we look at it as a financial fraud angle. We don't have these systems in place. So perhaps once we set the system up, whether we look at it as an asset, and if it is an asset and you're earning some profit out of it, what is the percentage of taxable income that we are looking at? So all those things will only come when we start talking, and all stakeholders need to be hands-on with this and to be talking about this. And we will try and facilitate as much conversation as possible to have a bill which is very forward-looking. To have something in the framework which is forward-looking rather than something which creates a hindrance in India looking at next level of economic growth.
Well, there, on that note, you seem to be exactly in line with what the Prime Minister is also saying. So there is hope that there will be a semblance in what's coming forward. But you talked about educating people on crypto and blockchain. What about educating our MPs on this? Isn't that the key to take this forward as well?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Sometimes I do feel that technology without knowledge or policies without knowledge create a long-term damage for the people of this country in terms of economy. Absolutely. I'm sure every member of parliament is interested in understanding how the process works. But the problem is that there are silos that exist even in the system where the stakeholders are talking their own language, RBI is talking its own language, Finance Ministry is talking its own concerns. That's the worry. So we need to bring everyone together and start talking.
All right. So good luck to you in taking this conversation forward, and happy birthday again. Also, congratulations on being the first MP to actually be on the show talking so proactively about cryptocurrency. Really appreciate that. Thanks for joining us, Priyanka.
Thank you. Thank you so much.